Guys, have you ever attended a Sunday wedding? I'm gonna put Lauren on this side to make it look like we're all looking at each other. There we go. This is Lauren.
I've only attended like one wedding before, maybe two.
Only one, Venti?
Yeah. Yours will be like the third, I think, or the second.
Who? And this was a Sunday wedding, so clearly this person didn't respect anybody.
I don't know if mine was a Sunday wedding, the one I went to. I never really paid attention. I don't really keep track of the days of the week usually, to be honest.
Do not ever have a Sunday this is now my second Sunday wedding in a year, and like I'll go to a Sunday wedding. I will get drunk at a Sunday wedding because that is my duty. Like I am there. I am putting money in the envelope. I will be a good wedding guest. But do not have a Sunday wedding. Like, don't disrespect your friends and family with a Sunday wedding. If you're going to have a wedding, you're going to have people come and congregate and celebrate your love. Don't disrespect them by having it on a fucking Sunday when you can't get properly blackout drunk. You can't drink with abandon. You can't just have see what happens kind of night. Not on a Sunday. Not when people have to be at work the next day. The disrespect.
Maybe that's the vibe.
It's disrespectful to have a Sunday wedding.
Wait,
I feel so passionately
I feel like it'd be cheaper because people.
It is cheaper. It is cheaper, but that doesn't mean it's right. That doesn't mean you should do it.
What time of day was it held? Like noon or?
It was a 3 o'clock ceremony. They had a ceremony. What I did like is that they had the ceremony and the cocktail hour and the reception all in one venue. That I like.
Right.
I don't like getting in a car, drunk and driving to a different venue. I like that it was all in one place, but I don't like that it was on a Sunday. Am I the only one who feels this way? Please chat if you agree with me. This is the time to show your support. I just do it I would take a Friday afternoon wedding, a Friday evening over a Sunday. I'm just so mad. Because I remember I worked many, many years in a day job. I literally have had a day job my whole life, my whole professional life until a year and a half ago. So I just don't because Sunday is the day that you need to dick around, do your laundry, tidy up, get yourself emotionally ready for the week. Maybe you do meal prep. Maybe you wash your hair. Maybe you shave your cooch. Don't ruin that day by having a fucking wedding. That's what Saturdays are for. Nobody is feeling my anger on this.
Well, I get what you're saying. It's like you wouldn't want to feel like you're under pressure when it's supposed to be a party.
It's supposed to be a party. If you're inviting people out, you want them. I don't know. Maybe I'm different. I want people to get hammered, make some mistakes, hook up with people, get fellow guests at the wedding. And you can't really do that on a Sunday. You have to be a little bit responsible.
Is there anyone at your wedding you're hoping that will hook up? Is that
yes,
how you plan it?
I am hoping many people hook up. I'm going to start taking bets. Me and Frank are going to start putting money on the table because we know who's single. Okay. At this point, we're starting to know who has a +1 and who don't. And we're going to start making table charts soon. Okay. So they're better. I will be really devastated if nobody hooks up at our wedding. I hope there is a love child that comes out of our wedding.
That'd be cute to set people up.
It would be cute, wouldn't it? That's the whole point. Weddings are great. Women are horny at weddings. Men are horny at weddings.
It's better than meeting Tinder or something.
It's so much better.
Yeah.
It's so much better. You're drunk. Weddings are where you give someone the time of day you normally wouldn't because you're trapped in a building. You're drunk. You're looking at the same people for 4 or 5 hours, and maybe somebody, at 6 o'clock you wouldn't give the time of day to. Now it's 11, and you're starting to go, wow, this person's starting to look pretty good. Okay, I'm starting to have second thoughts, and maybe you sneak off to a restroom. I'm old school. I feel like I was born in the wrong decade. Weddings are so important for this. You need to have a weird wedding hookup. And that's my hope. And as people are giving me shit in the chat, people saying wedding sucks. Guess what? It's not my fault that your
They're
heart
all
is
men
broken.
saying that. Apparently,
It's
it's
not
like
my
a guy
fault
thing where
that
a
your
lot of them
heart
don't
is
like
frozen
weddings.
over. Yeah. If you're over weddings, guess what? That's a you problem. Okay? Because every wedding is a chance to do something weird.
Yeah, people
Where-
crash weddings too, though, like because they're so fun, because they're so extravagant with the food and the alcohol.
Yeah.
So it's interesting how it's polarized like that.
They give out
What do you
these
think
things.
of like? What do you
you
think
can't
at
even
weddings?
tell.
What is that?
They give out these look like
What is that?
These look like airport directors. You can't even tell.
Oh, there you go.
You know the wedding. You know, like
That's kind of fun.
they're all. These came out at the very end. I'm like, oh, that's how you know this is not a fun wedding. We're relying now on props. Okay, and I'm doing this. I'm trying to direct traffic. I'm like at JFK trying to land a plane. But instead they give these out to the kids, and then the kids start beating the adults with these in an attempt to have fun happen. But like, if you have money for these, why not do a fucking Saturday wedding? Ah! The
You should've
fuck
wrote
is
that in
wrong
the
with you?
envelope.
And I hope nobody at this wedding is watching. Of course they're not. No, this is a niche program. But
What
if
do you think
have
of,
money for strange props, why not do a Saturday wedding? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I have a question. Did they do the garter thing? I'm wondering what you think about that.
Oh, they did do the garter thing. I don't like it. I'm not going to reveal my plans for that part of our wedding, but there's different setting on these. Big deal. I don't love the garter. So for those of you, if anyone's a fucking alien listening to this and doesn't know what the garter thing is at weddings, the garter thing is where the bride is sitting in a seat and the groom puts his hands up her skirt and is like pawing, looking for a garter belt, like literally puts his hands and arms up the skirt of the bride, pulls
While she's
out a
sitting.
garter belt. And I'm not talking about like fun lingerie that's attached to stockings. Like when you get married, the thing to do is wear like just a solo garter belt that's not attached to anything.
Yeah, it's
For
just
some
on your
people,
thigh.
it's the something blue. And they go up there, they grab the garter belt, and
in front of everyone.
everyone in the wedding has to like sit around and watch your man put his arms and hands up your skirt. I don't like that part. Like, I don't want my dad to see fucking Frank put his arms up my dress. Like, you're basically subjecting your family and friends into like watching you get to third base. Who the fuck's idea was this?
It's
Am I alone here? I don't like that. Like, I don't.
I think it's weird.
If I'm gonna have a sexual moment, I'd rather do like a fun, classy dip or like a twirl. Like, I don't want to subject grandma and the kids to watching my man put their arms and hands all the way up my dress and then pull a garter belt and be like, oh, I got it. I did it. Come on. He's been there before. Okay. Let's just all assume he's been all up in there. And then, he's got to take this thing that's been close to my cooch region, and then he's got to throw it behind him to a group of single men. Whoever catches that, then that guy has to then put the garter belt now up his girlfriend's leg. It's a lot of watching other men go up women's dresses. I'm not a prude by any means, but I think this part is so stupid.
I'd like to know the history of that. I would sort of like the
why is this a
backstory.
tradition?
I don't know.
Haley, are you married?
I am.
Did you do this shit at your wedding?
I did not.
Didn't? Okay, good.
No.
What's up, Diva Fry? Garters are gross. Underpants belong under the pants. No exceptions. I just think it's so predictable. But like, why do we do this? Like, why do the family and friends need to see your man go retrieve an undergarment?
Yeah, it has like your coochie sweat on it, and then they're putting it on another girl. It's quite odd.
Oh yeah, they go fling it off, right? No, it's to the guys, right? The guys catch the.
Yeah, they got,
and then they put on the
the guys catch the garter.
The guy
and the girls catch the bouquet.
Like what?
Man, I won't even order fajitas at a Mexican restaurant because I don't want people like looking over at the steam when they like get carried out. So I couldn't. That makes me so uncomfortable.
Introverts like, don't order fajitas.
No, won't do it. But yeah, that sounds awful. Sounds like my personal brand of hell. So,
but just like, why subject? There are so many of these like wedding things, and they were supposed to do a. I saw them bring up like different buckets of sand, like they were going to do a sand ceremony, which I've never seen done, but apparently it's one of these rites of passage where you dump 2 containers of sand into one another, and it symbolizes like, now your sands are together and they will never be sorted out. If you want to separate these sands again, it will take a lifetime. But I think they forgot, right, Frank? They never got around to it. Didn't do it. We walked back.
Is that a sign?
Like the sand is still there. They never did it.
Did they
I
ever?
never heard about the sand thing.
Sundays have a depressing aura to begin with. MK Solid, you are 100% right. Sundays are for you. Don't ever let someone take your Sunday away with a fucking wedding, okay? The Sunday is not about you and your love. It is about me and my day to do laundry or not, or just stew in my own juices. Russell Hall, the groom needs to show who owns that pussy now. But what? Everyone knows. I don't like that. Kalel, I think people have weddings on a Sunday because it is generally easier and cheaper to book a reception. Of course it's cheaper! Sometimes the thing that's cheaper to do is not the best thing to do. That is selfish, okay? Oh, I'm saving money. I'm having a wedding on a Sunday. Guess what? What about the fucking 200 people that you've invited to this thing? Are you thinking of them? Clearly you're not if you're making them come out on a fucking Sunday. I don't mean to be angry. I support this couple very much. I hope they have a long and happy life together. I hope their love lasts for an eternity. I hope their whole relationship feels like a honeymoon. Okay?
Aw.
But it's not starting off good to make me come out and get drunk on a Sunday and then have to come do my show. Russell Hall, I get blackout drunk every Thursday and Friday, and I'm up at 6 a.m., maybe 6:30. What do you have to do tomorrow that's preventing you from getting sloshed? Well, me, I'm fine to get sloshed. Clearly, here I am. But I'm saying most people have to be at their jobs Monday morning. So already, like, you're cutting the number of people who can get drunk at your wedding in half, because for every couple that comes, one's got to be the DD, the man, usually. And then now you just have a drunk woman situation. Like, the woman gets drunk and the guy has to drive. So me, I'm having a great time, and Frank's like, well, I have to drive home, so I can't really have my full wedding experience.
Was it an open bar?
It was, thank God.
Okay. All right. That's my point. It's like at least one.
Yeah. And it was good because I was like, do you know how to make a Cosmo? Like, it's bad when you arrive at a wedding and you're like, do you know how to make these drinks? And they did. Oh, yes. And I did take the plate home. We had a little bit of a carrot cake moment, and we had a little bit of I definitely ate most of this in the car. And guess what? I'm intermittent fasting, so I can eat whatever the fuck I want. And now I'm back to fasting for another 20 hours. Sorry, I'm making a lot of this about me right now. Russell Hall, the garter ceremony is like a dog peeing on a fence. Is it though? Okay, and then the bride has to toss. There's your bridal bouquet, and then they make a second like toss bouquet. And then I felt bad because there weren't that many women like lining up to catch the bouquet.
That's kind of funny. They're like, I don't want to get married. You know?
Like,
they're like dodging it.
What are you fucking feminists? Like, where are these women? And I was like, what, does everyone have a fucking bad hip? Like, get up, get over there. I need to see people diving, knocking bitches over for the bouquet. And it was just like, oh, it just landed in whoever was right behind her. There was no drama. There was no showmanship to any of this.
That's Friday wedding behavior, though. It's like what you would do at like a rager, not a Sunday wedding.
Like they planned it? I see some weddings where it looks like they talk ahead of time. They're like, get ready for this. You know what I mean? I'm going to throw it right to you. Did it look like that? Or it was just they lined up?
It didn't look like it was pre-planned. And they had, okay, I don't know how many weddings have you guys been to, roughly? So Venti's been to like 1 or 2. Lauren,
I've only
how many
been to my own.
Not many recently. I went to like probably like 5.
What do you think's better?
In my like adulthood?
DJ?
A band. Personally.
Haley, band or DJ?
My wedding is the only one I've ever been to. I've never been to anyone else's wedding, but if I had to guess, I don't know. It depends on the talent. I had neither.
You had neither. You had silence. Got married in silence. You had people dancing in silence, just their own thoughts.
I was the DJ. I created my own playlist and then just had it set. I had somebody that sort of controlled it, but I just put what music I wanted on. So I did that ahead of time.
Venti, band or DJ?
I guess if I had the opportunity, I would get a band if it's a band I like, though. It has to be like one of my like top 5s or something like that.
Like you would be like, it has to be David Guetta or nothing.
Something electronic like that.
I think both are important though. Like if you choose a DJ, your DJ's got to be dope. You know, you can't just have some run of the mill dude that plays weddings on Sundays.
It becomes the host for the whole night. You'd be hyped as fuck. Like you're in charge of everybody's good time. This DJ was lackluster.
Well,
I was gonna say DJs can be really corny, and if they're corny, they're just gonna be that way the whole night.
Clap,
yeah.
Clap your hands. Stop it. You can do better than that.
That's why I wanted to avoid that altogether. So I just made a playlist ahead of time. So it was what we liked. Screw everybody else, right?
I think that's great. Yeah. I would either do that or have live music, but I don't know. I've been forced to do the cha-cha slide too many times. And I don't want to. I refuse.
Again.
Take it back now, y'all. I was like, please, sir. Can we not take it back now?
Like, I've never had violent
urges. Can we do anything else?
I'm like, why? It's the only place you ever hear that song.
I saw someone say that they would at their
and the wobble.
I saw someone. I've never heard of the wobble.
Wobble with me.
You probably have. They say wobble a bunch. Fun fact, I used to work at Topgolf, and they made us dance to that song every time it came on. So I have a special hatred for it.
Yeah, I don't like the forcing people to do things. Like wedding is like a lot of it is like forcing people to do things, like dance to songs they hate. The electric slide, the cha-cha, the wobble. Like 4 or 5 people at this wedding said, Chrissy, don't do the worm. And I was like, wow.
Well, did you?
I have done the worm 2 or 3 weddings tops. Like, I'm a grown woman now.
That's more times than I've done the worm at a wedding, to be honest, though. And I'm impressed.
Sometimes a wedding needs a worm to sort of shake things up. I just don't like that everyone started looking at me and go, don't do it.
I saw someone one time say that they at their wedding they're gonna give everyone brownies and they're gonna be pot brownies, but they're not gonna tell them and then see what happens.
No, you can't drug people.
Dude, that's a lawsuit.
That's fucked up. Yeah.
So bad. You don't know people's constitution. You don't know like what are their medications they're on.
There was a lawsuit with that where like I think it was a groomsman gave the groom like a shitload of Adderall that he didn't know about like in his drink, and he like almost died.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, I know you won't die from a pot brownie, but still, like don't drug your friends without telling them, you know? It's bad manners.
And illegal. Also illegal.
Well,
that too, but it's also rude.
I don't know. You guys being prudes. That's what I think.
Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Love you, get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.